Hey guys, Rexasaur here, and welcome to another episode of Total War Warhammer Lore, where in this episode I'm going to be looking at one of the legendary lords for this game, in this case Azhag the Slaughterer. Over the next few weeks, and when I have time, I will be going through a lot of the legendary lords and the things that I wasn't able to go through because of lack of time in the previous few months. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about Azhag and why he has joined Grimgor Ironhide as one of the legendary lords available for the Greenskins. Azhag was the orc warboss of a tribe within the Troll country, west of Kislev and north of the Empire. The area is devoid of most nature, and the orc tribes that live there are few and far between. When Azhag's tribe was attacked by a warband of Chaos warriors, the Orcish chieftain led his tribe down an underground labyrinth of the former human city of Tolfheim. After fighting off the demonic monstrosities that lived within the cursed city, Azhag wandered into a den of multi-headed Chaos Troll. After a fierce battle, Azhag slew the beast and found amidst its bone-strewn lair an ancient and ominous crown. Unsuspecting of its true nature, Azhag placed the iron band upon his head, and in that instant, Azhag had never been the same again. With the crown interfering with his mind, Azhag began to use un-orcish words, and often tried to explain orders to his subordinates instead of simply cracking skulls and bellowing orders. However, a Greenskin's personal will is far too strong to simply control, and at times the crown and Azhag's willpower often struggled against one another. Such events would leave the warlord in a trance-like state that made him move slowly, as if sleepwalking. On several occasions he had been seen arguing with himself or towards an invisible adversary, yet none could hope to challenge the warlord, for even in this state he was immensely powerful. In battle, Azhag is a comet of destruction, his eyes and his crown ablaze with sorcerous light. The Greenskins under his command knew that he was not quite right in the head, but his continued victories had given them fights and spoils of war, which was incentive enough for them to follow him to the ends of the earth. His rivals quickly brought to tow. It wasn't long before the Night Goblins of the Red Eye Mountain joined his forming warg. They brought with them a gift, an enormous and exceptionally powerful wyvern named Skullmuncher, as a present to their new leader. Normally, without being hand-reared from an egg, a wyvern cannot be broken to serve as a man for any Greenskin. However, Azhag managed to subdue the beast with but a single stare, the crown binding the beast to its new master. Once the loyalty of this new companion had been gained, Azhag set about his dreams of conquering the old world. Compelled by a will not of his own, Azhag's horde stormed through the lands of Kislev and into the Empire of Man. With brain and brawn, Azhag soon became an infamous enemy to the likes of which they had never seen before. The warlord used complex strategies to win his battles instead of the usual rush that is so ingrained within their race. When superior tactics could not crush his enemies, Azhag would personally take to the fray and beat down all those that would oppose him. Those he did not kill with his axe and sword, he killed with the use of dark sorcery. It was at the Battle of Butcher's Hill that Azhag gained the infamous title the Slaughterer, after he planned and orchestrated a pincer movement that utterly trapped and destroyed a powerful imperial army. It was at this legendary massacre that Azhag had gained a place in the Empire's history as one of mankind's most hated enemies. Finally, it was after many long months of constant mental infighting that the struggle between the Crown and Azhag would cost them both everything. It was during the infamous Battle of Osterwald, where Azhag once more diverted from the Crown's intended path south and headed straight into an advancing Imperial army, rushing headlong into the mass of Imperial Knights of the Order of the Knights Panthers. The Crown howled with rage at the warboss, and sought ever control over Azhag. The mental dueling left the orc warboss distracted at the most critical moment, and with this small window of weakness, Azhag was slain by Werner von Gragstolt, the Grand Master of the Knights Panther. Without his evil genius to guide them, the Greenskin hordes were in disarray and soon routed from the battlefield. As for the Crown, the Grand Theogonis recognized its foul origins and sought to hide it from the world once and for all. Refusing to touch it with his bare hands, he took the ancient relic back to the capital city of Altdorf, where it was placed in the deepest, darkest vaults beneath the Cathedral of Sigmar. And now I leave you with some words that allegedly Azhag the Slaughterer uttered in a orc voice that I cannot do.
Wyvern is good for one thing: eating, smashing, smelling and flying. They're also good for letting the other boys know who's boss.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment down below what you think of Azhag and who your favourite orc character is. I may do several more of these, even for those legendary lords, or lords I should say, on the tabletop that aren't in the game as of yet, or possibly ever. In the next episode we'll be looking at Sigvald the Magnificent, one of the legendary lords for Chaos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.